士们、先生们、各位同仁，所有参加健身气功八段锦线上培训的朋友们，下午好。Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, friends, and all of you joining us online, good afternoon. 我是来自平顶山学院的王春云。上次课我们学习了健身气功八段锦的调息方法和第7式传拳怒目增气力。I'm Wang Chunyun from Pingdingshan University, Henan, China. Last time we learned the breathing regulation skills in House Qigong 八段锦 and the 7th movement, 传拳怒目增气力. Clench your face and glare with eyes wide open to build up strength. Today, I will share with you. First, mind regulation in House Qigong 八段锦. Second, the 8th movement, 背后七颠百病消. Raise and drop the heels to heal all diseases. Third, the closing form, and fourth, the closing. 今天我将与大家分享以下内容：一、健身气功八段锦3条中的调心。健身气功八段锦第8式背后七颠百病消，收式和说说收功。From today's course, you will learn the basic mind regulation skills in House Qigong 八段锦, the step-by-step instructions for the 8th movement and the closing form, some critical points for performing the movements, common mistakes and corrections for the movements, and the health benefits you're going to gain by practicing the movements. In addition, you will learn why the closing is important and how to do the closing in House Qigong 八段锦。通过今天的课程，您将会掌握健身气功八段锦的调心方法，第8式背后七颠百病消和收式的功法操作，主要包括动作规格、技术要点、易犯错误和纠正方法，以及功理功效。此外，您也将学习收功的重要性和如何收功的基本方法。Now let's get started. 现在让我们开始吧。According to the traditional Chinese Qigong theory, our body and mind are represented by physical body, Qing, and spirit, Shen, respectively, with Qi linking the two to form an organic whole. Therefore, the life of a person is a unity of body, Qi, and spirit, sometimes referred to as body, Qi, and mind. As has been written, body, the residence of life, Qi, the supplement of life, spirit, the governor of life. 形者，生之舍也；气者，生之虫也；神者，生之志也。Hello everyone, welcome to the House Qigong class. Today we're going to learn the mind regulation. Mind regulation is the active and conscious regulation of mental activities, attention, and thoughts to achieve the purpose of Qigong practice. In some ways, mind regulation is the most important of the 3 regulations because it is consciousness that guides practice. Our movements, postures, and breathing exercise are guided by a participating consciousness. The most commonly used mind regulation techniques in house Qigong baduanjin are 一手 mental concentration and 存想 mind induction. The commonly used mind induction techniques in baduanjin include 1. Focus the attention on each of the movement, the key points of each movement, or the postures of each movement. 2. Focus on the breathing. For example, you can focus on the different breathing techniques, such as inhaling and exhaling, which you are using during your practice. 3. You can also focus on the integration of your breathing with your mind once you can practice the baduanjin very well. The commonly used mental concentration techniques in baduanjin are concentrate on a certain part of the body, such as the navel, 命门, and acupoints such as 涌泉, the bubbling well, 夹击, and 百会. 2. Concentrate on the name of each movement, such as 两手托天理三交, prop up the hands to regulate the triple warmer. 左右开弓四射雕. The basic requirement for mind regulation is to be tranquil, no matter which technique is used: mental concentration, mind induction, focusing on breathing, or others. The ultimate goal is to achieve a relatively peaceful and tranquil state and the harmony of the mind, qi, and body, for the purpose of strengthening the body and promoting health and rehabilitation. Mind regulation promotes physical and mental health. The mental states achieved during practice, such as peaceful, calm, relaxed, happy, and joyful, are helpful for regulating and promoting psychological and physiological functioning to achieve optimal health. Mind regulation also develops potential and increased wisdom. The ancients stated that the key to Qigong practice is tranquility. 那也就是说，练功要旨为入境 ，and tranquility gives birth to wisdom. 静能生慧. Modern studies have demonstrated that a tranquil state is helpful for developing a person's potential abilities and increasing wisdom, as well as improving the flexibility of the body, the keenness of the mind, the stability of the emotions, the abilities of attention, strength of will, and more. Mind, breath, and body regulation, corresponding to mind, qi, and body respectively, form an interrelated and indivisible unity. Body regulation is the foundation for breath and mind regulation. Breath regulation is a link and a critical element for body and mind regulation. And mind regulation is the core as well as ultimate goal of the three regulations. Different Qigong forms place emphasis on a different part of the three regulations, but by following the specific requirements of each Qigong form, you will be able to achieve harmony within the three regulations. I hope you have enjoyed today's class. I will see you next time. recent years, due to its effectiveness for maintaining health and the ease of learning, baduanjin has become popular worldwide as a promising mind-body exercise. As the number of baduanjin practitioners has grown in different parts of the world, studies have demonstrated that regular practice of baduanjin exercise can lead to improved physiological and psychological benefits, such as improved cardiopulmonary function, balance, flexibility, sleep quality, reduced osteoarthritis, lower back pain, and reduced anxiety and depression for a wide range of populations. In addition, studies suggested that baduanjin is conducive to the rehabilitation of people with chronic disease, such as diabetes, Parkinson's disease, stroke, and cancer. For example, recent studies showed that baduanjin has a positive effect on type 2 diabetes and can reduce blood sugar of obese females with diabetes. Given these findings, health professionals have a responsibility to introduce baduanjin to the world so that more people are aware of its therapeutic value and may be motivated to engage in baduanjin practice for health. Hello everyone, welcome to the Health Qigong class. Today we're going to learn the 8th movement, 背后七颠百病消. Raise and drop the heels to heal all disease. First, please watch the demonstration of this movement. Demonstration of the movement. The action of raising and tapping the heels on the ground can help to activate the bladder, 三焦, 督脉, liver, spleen, and kidney meridians, which in turn help to regulate the function of the related organs and stimulate the joints and the spine. The vibrating of the spine helps to gently realign the spinal cord, reducing stress and sending the qi down to the legs. Step-by-step description of the movement. Now let's learn how to do the movement. In our daily practice, you should keep your movements continuously and smoothly. However, for the learning and teaching purpose, we divide this movement into the following 3 steps. Step 1. Continue from the previous position. Slowly raise the heels on your toes. Keep the body straight and centered. Keep your neck upward. Keep the baihui point upward. Step 2. Hold this position for a few seconds with teeth clenched. Look straight ahead. Step 3. Slowly drop the heels to tap on the ground. At the same time, clench the teeth, relax the shoulders, the arms, and the whole body. Do this movement 7 times each, up and down. Key points. and slowly raising the heels, using the Baihui pointing upward while pressing down the toes to the maximum extension. Keep the body straight and centered to ensure balance. Relax the whole body but clench the teeth while dropping the heels down to the ground. Common mistakes and corrections. Stiffening the shoulders and failing to keep one's balance while raising the heels. Using too much effort to drop the heels to the ground. Quickly dropping the heels to the ground. Corrections. Press down to the ground with the toes while raising the heels. Keep the thighs together. Hold in the buttocks and contract the abdomen while pushing up with the head and lowering the shoulders. Slowly dropping the heels to the ground. Relax. Practice with us. Now that you have learned 背后7颠百病消, raise and drop the heels to heal all disease, and understand the benefits it can offer, please practice with us. Raise the heels on tiptoes, drop the heels. 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 I hope you have enjoyed today's class. I will see you next time. The closing form is an essential part of Health Qigong baduanjin. The purpose of the closing form is to recital the inner energy flow, refresh the mind, and consolidate the effects of the practice. Hello everyone, welcome to the Health Qigong class. Today we're going to learn the closing form. First, please watch the demonstration of this form. Demonstration of the movement. Step-by-step description of the movement. Now let's learn how to do the movement. In our daily practice, you should keep your movements continuously and smoothly. However, for the learning and teaching purpose, we divide this movement into the following 3 steps. Step 1. Continue from the previous movement. Turn the arms inward.
Swing the arms to the same level of the hip, with the palms facing back. Look straight ahead. Step 2. Bend the elbows and allow the palms to overlap at the dantian area. Hold your hands in front of the abdomen. Cover the palms on the navel. Stand upright while being relaxed and peaceful. Breathe naturally. Step 3. Let your arms hang down on both sides of your body. Relax. Key points. Place the overlapped palms at the dantian area. Keep the body centered and relaxed. Gather the qi to the dantian area. Stay quiet and savor the silence for a few seconds. Common mistakes and corrections. Palms are not covered on the navel, either too high or too low. Rushing through the closing form, not being aware of the importance of the closing form. Corrections. Understand the closing form is an essential part of the health Qigong baduanjin practice. Do the closing form slowly. Enjoy the quiet time and savor the silence for a few seconds. Practice with us.
Now that you have learned the closing form and understand the benefits it can offer, please practice with us. Hold your arms in front of the abdomen. Cover the palms on the navel. Stand upright while being relaxed and peaceful. Breathe naturally. Sink the qi to dantian. So far, we have learned all of the movements of the house Qigong baduanjin. I hope that you have enjoyed this humble effort that I presented to you in this house Qigong class. Thank you for your participation. Hello everyone, welcome to the House Qigong class. Today we're going to talk about the closing. What is the closing and why is it so important? The traditional Qigong practice is a complete health cultivation system, which should include sufficient preparations before the practice itself, and the closing. This procedure applies to all health Qigong practice. There are many types of Qigong forms. Some focus on movement. Some focus on tuna. Tuna means exhalation and inhalation. It is another name for breathing practice. There are also some Qigong forms focused on mindful training, such as meditation. All Qigong forms have all of the three elements correspond to the body, qi, and mind of human life, which is based on the traditional Chinese medicine theory. The difference is on which element a routine emphasizes, on movement, or breathing, or mindful training. Although they have different emphasis and different techniques, Qigong practice all share one underlying principle, that is, by training and regulating our mind, body, and breathing to cultivate the qi, circulate the qi, and finally collect the qi back. Both the preparations and the closing are essential parts of Qigong practice. The closing generally includes a series of procedures at the end of a Qigong routine practice. And by these procedures to gain the best practice effects at the right time. It is like how we planted the crops. We should not rip them in the middle of the growing period. Neither should we delay the harvest. Otherwise, we would suffer from great loss. As an old Chinese saying goes, Qigong practice without closing is equal to no practice. Or another saying, Qigong practice without closing is no difference as throwing away the already harvested. Both of these sayings emphasize the importance of the closing. The methods of closing. The closing should be easy and practical for everyone. First of all, we should avoid other intensive exercise after Qigong practice. All of the house Qigong routines and most of the other Qigong routines have their own unique ways of closing. There are some very simple ways for closing our practice. Take a walk, listen to some soft music, or just sit down for a while and do nothing to relax. This will act as a buffer for returning back to our daily activities. Of course, there are more specific procedures to help us gain more benefits, such as 浴面, rub to warm the hands, then rub the face with the warmed hands, 叩齿, clinking the teeth, 赤龙搅海, to use your tongue, stir inside the mouth, 骨漱, gargling with saliva produced by 赤龙搅海, and 吞金, to swallow the saliva from 骨漱. Another common method for closing is to pat the whole body gently with the palm following specific course. We will introduce to you a traditional way of closing for House Qigong baduanjin in the next video. The major functions of closing. The closing has at least two major functions. Firstly, it helps to enhance the effect of Qigong practice. For example, we may use massage or acupressure in the closing to promote the function of certain internal organs. Or we may use 赤龙搅海, 骨漱, and 吞金 for nourishing effect. Secondly, it helps to reduce side effects from Qigong practice, such as joint discomfort caused by inaccurate movement or over-practicing. We may use massage in the closing to help to relieve the symptom, or chest tightness by improper breathing. Patting during the closing will definitely help. Overall, the procedures in the closing are aimed to slow down the circulation of qi and blood through our body to calm it, then finally collect it back in a fluent and natural way. Qigong practice on the one hand promotes the circulation and accumulation of qi, but on the other hand consume energy. If we neglect the closing at the end, the consumption would be continued, so we need to stop it. As how we close the door to protect the properties inside. According to the Confucianism classic, the analytics of Confucius persists from the beginning to the end. Probably only sage could achieve that. Everything needs a beginning and an end, and that's the theme for Qigong practice. In our next session, I will introduce to you the closing procedure for House Qigong baduanjin, and of course, the same procedure can be applied to all other Qigong routines. I hope you have enjoyed today's class, and I'll see you next time. It's our hope that you can heal all diseases through the ace movement and the whole form practice. Indeed, through lifting and dropping the heels, it can stimulate the meridians on the lower limbs, promoting the qi and blood flow, facilitating the functioning of the corresponding zang and fu, and therefore improving overall health. The closing form aims to wrap up the practice, recital the inner energy flow, refresh the mind, and consolidate the effects of the practice. 我们希望通过第8式和全套动作的练习来疗愈疾病。的确，通过反复的提踵和颠足，可以刺激下肢经络，促进气血运行，改善相应脏腑的功能，从而提高整体健康水平。收式的目的是调整体内能量流动，醒脑提神，巩固练习的效果。So far, we have learned the whole form of House Qigong baduanjin. Hope you have been enjoying the practice. For our next session, I will talk about the mechanisms and health benefits of the last 4 forms of House Qigong baduanjin. Hopefully, it will answer some of your questions during the learning process. 到目前为止，我们已经学会了健身气功八段锦的全套动作。愿大家在练习过程中不断获益。下次课我们将学习健身气功八段锦后4式的功理功效。希望下次的课程能从原理上回答您练功过程中可能出现的疑问。Thank you for your participation. I will see you next time. 感谢您的参与，下次再见。